Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Worth Unlimited Agent Update and Sales Track Training webinar. Today is May 6th, and we are very excited to have everybody on the phone. We are going to be going through a lot of information. We're going to be hearing from Mr. Steve Young, our President of Sales and Marketing, that we've just brought on a little later in the presentation. I hope everybody found the webinar fine. I hope that everybody is doing well. We are seeing a definite improvement and increase in recruiting numbers as well as in sales. I want to give some props to people in the field for going out there and really going after it. And we just want to keep this momentum going. We want to keep individuals moving towards achieving their goals. You know, in the reality, we are moving in a whole new direction. Before it was just, do you have debt? Do you want to get out of debt? This whole concept, so many people now have become savvy to the idea of multiple properties, passive incomes, having multiple doors, and there's never been a better product to help somebody achieve that dream. Even if it's to buying the home and flipping a home, there's a lot of money to be made in real estate. Although it has its fluctuations, it's been without a doubt historically and nationally one of the largest money-making endeavors in the United States. Deals with real estate. So the idea of setting up a good platform, owning a good portfolio of real estate, not a bad idea. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you just want to buy homes and flip them, have the wherewithal, have that line of credit in place after you've paid off that first mortgage, and you now have a line of credit in place that you can work with. So there's so many different ways that you can utilize this product. We have the deepest respect for our military and first responders, so as a result, we offer to every military and first responder on the purchase of any Worth account program a 10% discount on a lifetime membership. And if they would like to join the company and represent us, we would love to have military and first responders representing us as we do currently. They can join the company for free, and for details on how that all comes together for militaries and first responders, see the newsworthy blog that's in your news section of your agent portal. We're going to take a look at the agent portal in a little bit here. But yes, please, anyone that is military and first responder, get this message to them. Most of them own homes. Most of them have been through a lot of situations, and they're great people to get involved in your team as well. On all new agent signups, we have an activation promo of $49. It was normally $149. It's for the next 99 days, dated as we see here, April 8th and July 16th, 2019. And use promo code START49 for your new agent signups. Direct to director for the next 30 days, make one sale and advance to director. And yes, that is absolutely correct. Any Worth account product sale, full sale, finance sale, subscription sale, gold package, platinum, etc. This promotion expires on May 8th, 2019 at the midnight hour. And we do have a fast track program, and I just wanted to show everybody in that 30 days of reaching direct to director, what we really see out of this is that if you move from agent and you can see your commission level on an average $3,100 sale, your commission there is $496.71, and as a director, your commission is $714.02. So just that bump alone on each individual sale, can you imagine? A little under or a little over $200 depending on the product that the individual purchased just in your commission, not to speak that you're now moving your way towards executive director where you can really reap the benefits of building a team and putting out other executive directors. If you were to have an agent or a supervisor in your downline and you move to director and each one of them made a sale for $3,100, this would be your override on the agent level and on the supervisor level. So definitely something you want to take advantage of when you first come into the company. This is not something that is run, I would say even on an annual basis. This is all involved with the launch of the new systems and the new platforms that we're utilizing, that we're seeing such great success with. And that's always a good thing. Worth account wholesale discount, 30% discount on all software pricing options for all Worth agents. And so an example would be a retail purchase of $34.95, wholesale price would be $24.46. That would mean you save $1,049. That's nothing to shake a stick at. That is a strong savings. And then you have your retail purchase price of $29.97 or a wholesale price of $20.97. And in that you would save $900. These are definitely things that you want to take advantage of. I've never seen a discount outside of maybe 5% on the product. If you've ever known anyone that was considering purchasing this product, or you were, now is the time to do so. The qualifiers for this is must be 30 days after becoming a Worth Unlimited agent. There will be no extension, so the date you sign on the dotted line as a Worth Unlimited agent, that is the date that your 30 days begins. Current Worth agents, 30% discount applicable on all one-time purchases or subscription options. And then the deadline, as I mentioned, is May 8, 2019 for all current Worth agents. You must use a promo code AGENT30. Now, we've had quite an influx of individuals joining the company and signing up. We're seeing increase in sales. We're seeing increase in numbers on the calls. This, to me, is signs that we are absolutely headed in the right direction. And in keeping in mind with that, we've decided to extend the deadlines for the wholesale discount for the current Worth agents, the applicable 30% discount. That deadline will be extended until June 8th, 2019. And that's for all current Worth agents. You must use promo code AGENT30 to be able to take advantage of that. This is something we're very excited about, everything that we see going on with the company right now. Your grandfather ranks for your former You First. Use activation promo code AGENT30, and then activation special 1 level advance for all entry level. That'd be a You First associate goes to senior associate, a Worth agent would go to supervisor. And so with everything that they put together with promos, the new platforms, there's such a great opportunity for individuals to see success in their first 30 days with joining Worth Unlimited, reactivating, getting re-engaged. I'm getting more phone calls than I've ever gotten before in quite some time. This feels very energetic and a lot going on in the field. So how do we get started? If you're referred to this call from outside the office, please get back to the person that referred you. We cannot say that strongly enough. We like to keep the integrity of teams. If you know who it was you were with, if you know who invited you to the call, please circle back with them, regardless of what you hear on the call. With our systems being all digital, most of the work is done online, so it's just a matter of learning the systems, and you can present and sell this product from Virginia and Washington State, from Florida State. You can sell it in California and New York. You could sell it out of Texas. You can sell this product anywhere with the tools that we now have in place. Invited to this call directly from the home office with no sponsor. Please contact agent support if you would, and get started with Worth Unlimited. If somehow you found out about us and didn't have anybody that had ever sponsored you, or you don't know who sponsored you, or your former You First and you just can't remember, give us a call. We'll do the research and we'll find out who we need to place you with, and we'll get you going. Please contact agent support. You can email them at Worth Support, or you can phone them at 877-576-5563, and they're open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You all know that we have a new ebook. This has really been very exciting for us. The ebook has two ways you can do it. You can send it as your replicated website to someone, or you can send it directly from your back office to a contact that you have. So if you have contacts currently that have never seen this ebook, it may be a really good idea to go back into your agent portal and reconnect with some of these old agent contacts and let them know the new face of the agent portal. Send them your link. Send them the ebook. Just go in and transfer them over to your new system and send them over this ebook, because this ebook has really been doing some wonderful things. We are going to go live to the agent portal here in just a moment. With the replicated book sites, you know, we're allowed to target now. You can target a market space, and that's by branding yourself. And here we did it very simple. You know, went from agent ID number to ID branding. John Jones, you could type in there, you know, No More Debt Incorporated, the name of your, you know, your name, whatever it is. But that idea of rebranding your name, your brand is now getting out there, even though you're an independent agent of Worth Unlimited. And what we call this is casting our net wide. You want to talk to as many people as you possibly can with this product, and then through your agent back office and through the resources that we have, target very specific prospects with this system. One thing that I am going to tell you tonight, and as we go over the agent portal, I'm going to kind of take you through it, because there's some things that I think are very cool that I think need to be reiterated. We're going to look at how to get to PayPal. You know, how do we get to the cash register? It seems like some people are still a little foggy on that. And then after I do that piece, then I'm going to get with Mr. Steve Young and turn the time over to him and let him talk to you about why it is that this product is so essential in the market space that we're in today, and some very concrete things that I think you can grab a hold of and get excited about. So if you'll give me just a second, I will pause my screen. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip over here to our website. Let's pull this up into our screen here. Alrighty. Almost there for you. Appreciate everybody's patience. I am not the most tech-savvy person on the planet. All right, and if we turn that back on, then we. All right, so we're at our agent portal. What we did was we made up a mock agent portal, and I just want to verify: can everybody hear me still fine? And are you seeing the login page of the agent portal on your screen? Yes, awesome, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and log in, and we're going to log into John Jones. Now, I did some very simple examples, but what I really want you to get out of this is everything that you need to make your sale is here. This is where you need to go. We talked about the news. The news blog is right here, and the news gives you up-to-date what's going on. This is where you're going to find out about the agent prospects and things of that nature. All of your sales truly starts right here under prospects. And so I just want to be clear, I'm going to go back to prospects, but I wanted everybody to see that real quick. Up here in your profile, we can see this is John Jones, your agent renewal settings, your replicated sites. And your replicated sites are located right here. If you didn't know where to find your replicated site or you were uncertain, I just want to make sure that everybody can find it. And then I really love in our replicated site, there's a couple things that I am extremely excited about with our replicated site. And one of those items that I just love to death with this program, after they fill out their email and their book and everything along those lines, and we give them the information that we need, I'll go ahead and just fill this out. I'll just drop my stuff in there real quick, and we're going to go ahead and get the free book. And then it takes us through and says request more info, and this one just has a 555 dial through, which makes everything very simple and very easy to operate through. So I love the systemology. I love the way that they put all of this together to make that very finger touch. You can put phone number in there. You can put all the information. This is the item that just blows me away. And I don't know how many of you have really enjoyed this item right here, but this is our real-time counter. And to me, this is just almost like a proof positive. And in a world today where everybody wants to see what's going on, we become so visual. We want it right now. We want it immediate. We don't wait around for anything. I just wanted to bring back to your attention that you do have this cool little tool in your agent website when you send it. And I would bring it to people's attention. The videos, you know everything. We've been through all of this, but I wanted to bring up that one little point one more time because that little guy to me is just so awesome. All right, so everything starts with a prospect. We all know that. That's where we start in the beginning. The only reason we're going back to the beginning is we have a lot of new people that have even joined this week. So for a while, we're going to be going over the basic system just to show people how to access a shopping cart, how to put in a prospect, things of that nature. So when you're out and about and you meet somebody, I mean, business cards, I think they've become a little bit obsolete. I think everybody nowadays says, you have your smartphone, here, call me on this number, or here, I'll call you right now. That way I'll have your number and you'll have my number, and let's just fill it in. And whatever way it is that you work, let's say that you have a prospect's contact information. Now, you could pull up your rep site for them and let them fill it in right there on the phone if you want to, or on the pad. It is capable of being able to do that right there, and it would send them that ebook. But let's say you're in a situation where you're going to contact them a little bit later. Well, you would go into prospects, and into your prospects, you would just go to new prospect. And this is like any other data entry system. You're just going through putting in name, address, phone number, email, notes, anything that you could think that would be pertinent to this individual to moving them forward, okay? So let's say that the person we put in is Fred Mertz. Okay, so Fred Mertz, we have Fred Mertz here, and let's say that we want to send Fred the videos. We can do it from right here. Everything on your client, all of your actions culminate right through this section right here. So you have your ability to assign them to a corporate coach if that's what you wanted to do, or to a field closing partner if that's what you wanted to do. You have the ability to run their analysis from this section here. This is where you can send their ebook. And the thing that's very cool about this is as you do each one of these processes, you'll see that this section up here will begin to light up in color. So we're on Fred, so we can see I had already sent him the ebook. Let's go ahead and send him the videos. And you could put another thing, Worth Unlimited, or videos we spoke about, or get excited. This is what I talked to you about. We suggest that you don't change the language, but that is 100% up to you. You are an independent agent, but the agent, it's strong, the language. So it says my message has been sent, and as you can see, the message section here has now been looked at, and it shows that that's been done. Now, I'm going to go ahead and send the videos, and when we do that, it's going to tell me that my videos have been sent. Now, what's going to happen now is until I watch these videos, it's not going to come up and say that anything has occurred. So if I go to my inbox here, let's just see if I have if I use Stuart Mac Saunders at Gmail for that. So I have my Debt to Wealth right here, and then this is please click your Worth account videos. So if I click on to the Worth account videos, I would have to watch a portion of them. So let's just hit a play here, and we'll let it go for a couple seconds. And let's hit play here, and we'll let it go for a couple seconds. All right, and if we go back to our agent portal, then what we're going to see is that the videos weren't watched long enough. So I would have to watch the videos, and then this one would come up and say that it's watched, and then this one right here would come up and say that it's watched. And I don't want to take the time or waste the time with you all just going through a video that you can watch on your own. But this system allows you to track. This section right down here is for your analysis. So let's just go to the analysis here for Fred Mertz. You have your master, you have ability to make additionals. I'm not going to take you through the slides showing all that, but I have to go through that because I need to make a point for you. The only way to get to the shopping cart, if you're an agent and you are working with a client, is to go through the live presentation. I've had this question asked to me before. Mac, what if I don't want to go through the live presentation? What if I just want to, they say they want to buy it and we just want to click to go? You have to go through the live presentation to access your checkout, your cash register, your bank, whatever it is that you want to call it. So we're going to say that you got your new client, you entered them as a new prospect where I showed you to do it. We pulled them up in our agent back office, as I showed you. We pulled them up as a client. We've now gone into the analysis. Now, we all know that many of us are going to review the analysis report. We can do this by web conference, or maybe we're sitting next to them. But this analysis report, please, every single client, every single one of my agents, please look at your analysis report. You may not want to read the entire analysis report to them. You may like going through the live presentation slides with your client, and you don't want to waste all that time. But please read that report before you go. There are so many golden nuggets that you could throw out at the client at different intervals throughout the closing process or throughout the process with this individual to bring them to a better understanding of how this product comes together and how it's going to save them money and really set that stage. Now, for this particular client, you would go to live presentation, and in live presentation, you have a final slide which says, let's get started. And I'm just going to show you that real quick. And this at the very front, you can see that proceed to cart is already lit up because I've already done this with this client because I didn't want to have to go all the way through the whole scenario. Now, as you know, this starts at the very beginning and takes them all the way through the slides until we get to this slide here, which is not going to start up because we've already done it. It just says, get started. Are you ready to start? And you click on that slide, and it says, yes to start, and it takes you to the cart. It asks you if you want to proceed to the cart. And when you go to the shopping cart, one of the first things that you have to do is determine what product are you going to be selling to this client. And this tells them everything that they qualify for, Platinum Plus, Platinum, or the different finance models with contracts and with no contracts. In this particular case, we selected $2,785. Now, once we hit submit on this and we submit this, we've confirmed their analysis. In other words, the clients looked at their analysis, they've confirmed it and said, yes, that is the analysis. If you have not confirmed your analysis report, you cannot go to the shopping cart. One other thing, and I'm going to mention this probably twice during the presentation, do not be doing the work for your client on your computer. What I mean by that is when it comes to purchasing the product, have them purchase from their computer, from their IP address, because that'll be recognized. And especially in dealing with PayPal, PayPal is very particular about security, and I think John's already explained this, but I just want to make sure that we're very clear. Do not be going in and putting your initials in for the client. Do not be putting in their Visa information. Have them do this themselves. This is part of that responsibility piece. This is part of that piece where all parties are absolutely aware of what's going on. Now, depending on how you want to do this, if you want to go through MasterCard, Visa, Discover, whatever it is, it'll give you the option to just place that information. But in going through PayPal, you have to click here, and you're going to go down here to PayPal here. And the first thing I have to do, first off, let me just e-sign Fred Mertz. So I've now e-signed, and now I can proceed. And since I did this on my computer, it's going to recognize this as Fred Mertz. So I did that on purpose, so maybe we won't run into any difficulties with doing this. So with the PayPal credit, it says, don't see the secure PayPal browser will help you relaunch the window to complete your purchase. And it says, click to continue. So what this program will end up doing is when you go to PayPal and you go to pay with PayPal, it is going to, for the client, it's going to bring up a window for them. And in this window, they're going to be able to go through the process of PayPal. And there's the window I was trying to get. I don't know why it popped up in another area. There we go. There's our nice little PayPal window. And it's going to have the price up in the top. Here's what I want you to understand. The individual that is getting this message is your customer. And so they are being told the price, and I want you to be very clear with your client. What they are going to do here is they are going to apply for credit. I want to say that one more time. What they are actually going to do here is they're going to be applying for credit. Now, I don't know anyone that owns a home or has debt that does not know how to apply for credit. So I think many times we complicate a scenario without the necessity to truly complicate that scenario. And I think the easiest way to do that is always it's going to lead you into your beginning. And the very beginning is, for some people, it would be to create the PayPal account. Some people that you're actually trying to sell to may already have a PayPal account created. It may already be in place, and they just have to log in and then go through the process. But typically, you're going to have to they're going to have to create a PayPal account, so they're going to have to put in an email address. And here's where some people can get messed up, too. I want you to remember this. Whatever email they are working from with you is the email you want, to go into PayPal. You want to make sure when you go to this step that you're not just sending them a link to PayPal and calling them up and saying, hey, I sent you the link, fill it out when you get a chance. You want to do this at the point of closing. You want to do, they're ready to go, they're hot to go, let's get this done. Let me go ahead and do PayPal, and let me send this over to you, and it'll be emailed to them as their original PayPal opening, as I showed you. And then as they click in, it'll take them in to create the PayPal, or they have their own PayPal account. Electronic communications, you have to agree to continue to how they're going to go about doing business. And then you're going to continue into the cart and apply for PayPal credit and go directly to the PayPal payment. The credit application, what I want you to understand is it's like any other credit application. You've got your name, your address, email, all that. Then it's going to get more particular. It's going to ask you about your date of birth, your social security number, mobile phone, ways to contact you, verification of who you are. With PayPal, from that point, where it's going to go is it's going to start asking you about your debt. It's going to pull a credit report. It's going to respond with individual screens back and forth to you. And what's going to end up happening is, again, I just want to make sure I'm being very clear here. We do not, under any circumstances, want to be putting in the client's information from our computer or putting the client's information in, period. We want to make sure that the client, if you're doing this web conference, if you're doing sitting next to them, say, okay, if we're ready to buy this, let's go to where your computer is. Let's go ahead and press PayPal. Let's do all the work on your computer and walk you through the process. It's like applying for anything else. It's just like you went to Best Buy and you gave the guy all that information at Best Buy, and he said, well, let's, give me about 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it is, and I'll come right back to you and I'll let you know if you qualify for the purchase. And that's what PayPal is going to be letting you know. I also want to let you know is that if you do not qualify under PayPal, there are other avenues for the individual to purchase the program. So just because PayPal maybe does or does not pan out, then what, that you do have other avenues that you can pursue with the client. The agent portal, the PayPal, our customer support division is here, and Our customer support division is here, and they're willing to answer any questions that you have. Get with your upline, see if they can answer the questions first. We want to always train from the top down. We want to see if they can't answer the question, go to support, or maybe they'll contact support and down train it directly into your team. I have not seen this much excitement with the company and with how I am seeing people getting engaged and excited about what's going on with the product and the opportunity in quite some time. We had a bit of this a little bit ago, but I am telling you, this is really really exciting to watch this happen. And I just want everyone to know, in this mode of technology that we moved into, your computer has a specific IP address, and that is what any kind of commerce that is done online is going to direct to that IP address. And I just want to make sure that I'm being very clear on that point. We don't want to do anything to jeopardize anyone or have you jeopardize yourself. Observe ethic and value and moral in all of your business dealings, and especially if you're doing online transactions, make sure the individual purchasing is purchasing from their computer so you don't have any interruptions in that situation. Last week, John brought up this quote, and I really like the quote. I just rewrote it because I wanted it to look a little clearer. It is true that people buy from people they like and they trust. That's an absolute. If you want others to like you, if you want to develop real friendships, if you want to help others at the same time as you help yourself, keep this principle in mind. Become genuinely interested in other people. And that's from Mr. Dale Carnegie. Anybody that's ever been in sales training or self-help training, Dale Carnegie is very well revered in that industry, and I think those are some very brilliant words to take to heart. At this time, what I am going to try to do here is turn over to the controls to Mr. Steve Young, and as you all know, we have brought on a new president of marketing and sales, and that is Mr. Steve Young.
Hey, Mac, are you there?
I am here, Mr. Steve Young. How are you, my friend? And we have just made you a presenter.
Okay, but I don't have the screen up, so let's see. Are you going to
No, you don't need to be a presenter. Make me the presenter.
I just said make you the presenter.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. People, you can see that I'm technically challenged. Ain't that something? You can still get involved in the company and be technically challenged. And I love what Mac just did. And by the way, if I just for an ounce of a second, he showed you where when you do an input into the software, when you're taking people's data and information, it blows me away that when you can get, there's that guy. I know that guy. Anyway, when you're looking at your screen, when you get your own little presentation, a PowerPoint presentation of your financial life, and you can't avoid what the truth is, and the truth will always set you free. You need to all look at your own. It's unbelievable, by the way, and we can go through that training another day, but I'll tell you what, ever since I saw it, I was always jacked up and pumped about it. And by the way, when you're looking at that picture, look at that dude. See, he's an ugly dude, but that's one good-looking tie, folks, right there that you're looking at. How about that? And in fact,
hey, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Steve? All right,
yes.
Buddy. Tell me if you've got controls. Can you move the slide?
Okay. No. I just pressed the button up and down, and let me do it this way. Nope.
There you go.
Oh, that's me now?
Go back.
Okay.
Yep, backwards.
Okay. Let me see. Did I do it? Yeah, I did. Okay. So,
go.
folks, let me get...
All right, for everybody. Hey, Steve, let me just give you a little intro reel here, and then I'll give you over your time. So everybody, our president of marketing and sales, many of you already know Steve Young. I've known Steve, I think I'm going on at least 15 to 17 years possibly. and always been a man of character in my book, and someone that I trust what he says. And so I just want to turn the time over to Steve. And Steve, it is your floor. It is your meeting. And one last thing, everybody, at the end of the call, we will have somebody staying here to answer questions that you may have at the end of the call. And we will still have somebody on the keyboard answering questions while you're going through this presentation with Steve. And so without any further delay, Mr. Steve Young, it's your deal.
Thank you, Mac. And again, people, how about that tie? Anyway, let's get into what we're on the phone for. Look at folks, I'm pumped up and excited, and I just don't like hype and hyperbole and all that nonsense. I've always wanted to be somebody in my life so bad. My kids will tell you this when they're little kids. I used to walk around because I followed a guy named Mark Williams, and he used to say, I want to be somebody, not just like anybody. And my kids were walking around saying that in the house. It's so funny. It's just a little jingle. Man, what does it take to be somebody? Make a difference in your life and the ones you love around you. You see, the only difference between me and you is the way we think. How about that? Ain't that something? And I know this. If you're on this call, that tells me that you're easily worth it. Get it? You're worth it. And we're going to make that happen. And I want to do a prelude right now for next week. You know what? You see, here's what you got to be conscious of. There's 71 days left until July 16th. Well, what does that mean? You see, you ought to learn to count those numbers. There's 71 days left to July 16th. What's that mean? It means low cost to entry, which is only $49. And by the way, last night took my wife out to some eat, and guess what I spent? $49 just to eat something. Well, dadgum, you get an opportunity to come into a company to be somebody, to be in your own business, learn how to generate interest in all sorts of walks of life, and truly impact people. And so not only do you have the low cost to entry, you get the right to be a director to director immediately. So I'm going to tell you right now, next week, get geared up because we are working on it. Just got a hold of Skylar, the two founders, John Waschenko and Skylar Whitman, approved things that we were working on. Today we were hassling, doing arm wrestling and stuff because, you see, I want to know how to build a business. When I came in to the financial services, first of all, I thought it was a scam. I couldn't believe things. What I'm going to show you tonight and show you right now blew me away at 28 years old. And I still didn't believe it. I was a cynic and a skeptic, just like below to you, because it's almost too good to be true, right? Well, we joined a company to almost expose it, to put it out of business, because I thought there's no way that could be true. How could that happen? You see, and we're going to show you how it happens right now, tonight on the phone. But next week, we're going to introduce to you a 3-step system in 60 days to follow. A 60-day system to follow. And if you do that, you're going to see results first, and here's what's going to happen. You're going to learn where you can, all of a sudden, 3 get your program free. How about that? 3 get your program free. And we're going to show you that. See, you're looking at it and say, well, it cost me $2,400. Bull. Go expose this to other people, to 3 people, and you just earned enough money to pay for it. In fact, we're going to show you how to skip 3 levels of management and go right to managing director in 60 days if you listen to it. In fact, at the end of 60 days, you will have cash flowed over $6,000. And that's only at that level. I was playing with that income calculator and it blew me away. That's only on the debt. We're going to show you more things because you got to understand that if you want to win in this business climate today, I don't care what business you're doing, okay, you got to need to diversify your interests. What do I mean by that? You got to have multiple income streams. And the debt program and worth opens up the doors to every business out there. And I don't want to reiterate it. I'll go through it quickly. But last week we introduced the thought to you. You know how many insurance agents are out there? I never looked up how many people are in the P&C. That's property and casualty. Those are the guys and gals that are selling you homeowners and auto insurance. They work on what they call book of business. That's their term. That's their terminology. They get paid on little renewals. They want to stack up their income, and they want to go get you. And that world's so controversial right now because guess what? I don't buy it for somebody I know. I just go online and shop because that's what people do today, even in real estate. But in life insurance business, how about that? You want to know, is there people I can go offer this opportunity to that be interested to learn how to get out of debt? Well, are you kidding me? Okay, how about this? Insurance agents, there's over 393,830 in the U.S., and they only make a mean salary of $67,000 a year. Folks, if you're married with 2 kids and you're making $67,000 a year, you're broke or both people are working, you got kids in daycare. Now, ain't that something? I'm just telling it like it is. Real estate agents, and I think I told you this, in Florida, there's more real estate agents than there are houses to sell. How do they get by? Isn't that unbelievable? And listen to how many they sold. Last year in the United States, they sold over $2 trillion worth of debt that keep people in the bondage of debt for 30 years. You don't think you have a market to go to? Holy smokes. And by the way, you know what the average mortgage payment was back in 1950s? I know it's a long time ago. In fact, I was born in the 50s. I don't want to date myself, but goodness Lord. And look at what the average payment is now. What is it, $1,700? Okay, you know what it was back then? $75 for home ownership. And right now, to this day, in the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, only 20% of the United States population owns their home. Do you think you have a market to go talk to? Well, dadgum, do you? Consumer debt, there's $13.5 trillion. I'm going to break out for you what $1 trillion means because I know you don't appreciate it because you don't understand it. I know it because I didn't. When I saw it, I went, whoa. It just opens up your mind and your heart. See, change a mind and change a heart. Isn't that what we're about? Make a difference to somebody. Make them feel value. Because when you're working all day and you get up and go to the place you don't even want to be at, you got to hang around with people you don't want to be around, and then you get paid an undeserving salary because you can't get any more, you feel pretty disgusted. That's not a real motivating thing. And most people have a job. Now, I'm not knocking it. Everybody, see, I'm unemployable for 40 years. I didn't want to have a job. And nobody does on this phone. You want to be free and independent. I get it. And so guess what? Out of this, that debt I just told you about, mortgage debt is $9.14 trillion of that. And student loan debt is $1.7 trillion. And folks, that's the worst debt in the United States of America. You can't even bankrupt that thing, and they'll chase you forever, and they own you. And guess what? Most people going to school and paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, and for what? They can't even get a job getting out. Now, I know the economy's doing good, but guess what? They're not paying. Holy smokes. Accountants and auditors, they make up 1.2 million people in 2018. Accountants, they're bean counters. Guess what? After April now, they do credits and debits. They're supposed to tell people what they should be doing and get out of debt. They ought to be advising people, and they're always looking for leads. Every one of those professions I just mentioned are looking for leads. So if that doesn't open up your mind a little bit, what will? And you know what? I'd start in your little own phone book, and we'll go over that later. Your hot and warm markets are the best. You know what? If you got a good trainer, and if you don't, we'll get you one. Okay? You open up minds. I don't care you talked to people before. This is a different world, folks. It's a different time, and it's time for you to wake up and shake those trees. Make a difference in the world. Show them what's going on, because I'm going to show you right now, and it blew me away when you have to learn how to play the money game. So look at this. You see, most people go out. I just hit that thing there, Mac, and it didn't work. So can you advance the slides, Mac? It didn't work for me. If you're on this line, so hang on, folks, because we're going to rip right through this real quick. See, I'm technically challenged, like I told you, and I thought it was just going to work when I hit it. There you go, Mac. You're running it. That's right. Didn't work. You got my ugly mug still up on that picture. So, folks, what we want to show you now and demonstrate is exactly what most people are putting themselves in for, because they just want the keys and they want to have ownership. This is a mortgage amortization loan, $200,000 at 6%. You see that payment? $1,199. This is what makes me sick. Look at that. Month one, only $199.10 of your $1,199 goes towards the principal. You're giving them $1,000 interest. Are you crazy? That's 83% interest. And you can go right through it, Mac. Just go right through all of them, okay? Watch that. Boom, 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 boom. Look at in year 21. Oh, I just lost my screen, Mac, so I don't know what happened there. But in if you can bring that back up, that'd be great. In year 21, that's devastating. You think you're paying off your house. You see, they got you in an amortized method, and I'm telling you right now, most people would never do it if they knew that. They just bought it because they want. I did it, okay? You need to get a mortgage because I get it. You don't have a down payment. I get that too. You need to borrow money. I get that. But you see, is it legalized extortion what they're doing? I say that. In year 21, look at that, $692 is finally going to principal, and still $500 is going to interest. That's ridiculous. In 21 years, you've got 9 years left. And here's what happens. People become human gerbils. But let's go to the next slide, Mac. What I'm going to show you now is really how bad that makes, because I showed you what the dollars do, but that still doesn't impact you, but this should. Look at this. Go to the red. See in 5 years right there? Oh, how about that? That's 5 years. That means you're not paying 6%. Go over to the right-hand column. You're paying 78% interest on your mortgage. How does that make you feel? Does that seem right? I used to get mad at credit cards charging 33%. This is 78% after 5 years. Go down to 10 years. That's, if 5 more years you only paid off 7%, now you're paying 71% interest on your mortgage. If people looked at it like that, would they freak out? It's about time we wake up this country because there's better ways to do things. We're going to do what the big boys do and take it back from them. Can you go back to that slide, Mac? You jumped ahead on me because I just wanted to point out. In 15 years, 61%, and go all the way down to 21 years. I'll end there. Look at that. You're paying in $9,030, but go right to the right-hand column. You're still paying a 43% interest rate, not 6. Bull. And everybody doesn't understand this until we point it out to them. We're going to fix that. So, Mac, if you can go to the next one. I love this guy. This is a picture of Skylar Whitman coming up. How about that? Okay. So, oh, look at that. Does that look like Skylar Whitman or what? I mean, you know what? Or maybe a little John Washenko. It looks like a combination. We made him. But that happens to be, look at that. That's Albert Einstein, folks. Now, I didn't create this. He did. And look what he says. He calls it the 9th wonder of the world. Ain't that something? And there's a reason for it. It's called the Rule of 72. I saw this at age 28 and freaked out. Guy came to me, sat me down and said, what are you doing for people with money? Because I ran a consumer advocacy group. And I said, nothing. He goes, why? I said, because I don't have any of it. He goes, whoa, really? So he goes, well, let me show you how it works. Now, look at that. The Rule of 72 is how money doubles in the compounding effect of money. And what's the rule? It's so simple. I got it. And you got to be a hedgehog not to get this, okay? You're just going to take the interest rate, divide it into the number 72, and that's how long it takes for your money to double. So we're going to play a little game now. I'm going to do it with you because you think you understand it. I did it with, I'm going to turn them in now. I don't want to embarrass anybody. See, look at there. Albert Einstein said it's the greatest mathematical discovery of all time. See, you're either going to make interest or you're going to pay it to someone else. I'm done giving my sweat equity away. I'm done giving all your money away. You got to make money work for you. And if you don't know this rule, you can't win the game. You're not even playing it. And when you don't know the rules, you never win. And so watch this. It's unbelievable. I put up an example of a 23-year-old that just put $5,000 away. And we're going to do the Rule of 72 to it. Go ahead, Mac, hit the one. So there's a 23-year-old. Guess what? At 2%, your money doubles every 36 years. So we're going to start out at 23, and the way we do it, just listen to how we do it, because with Skylar, see, I made $400,000 on Skylar the other day. Isn't that fun? So look at this. Okay, I mean, not on Skylar and John Washenko. So guess what? That 5,000 becomes 10,000 when he's 59, and another more doubling period. You're 95, $20,000. Here's my question to you, folks: what the heck is $20,000 going to buy you at 95? A stick of gum? Maybe a 6-pack of beer? Maybe a sandwich? Yo, that's terrible. And that's the truth, because take a look. I just told you the average payment for a mortgage is $75 back in 1950s. Woohoo! That's nothing. So let's go triple the interest rate. Triple it. See what I did? I went from 2% to 6%. And here's how I present to people. So we went from 36 years. Just hold it there, Mac, if you can. So we went from 36 to 12 years. So I want you all now, if you were sitting in front of me in this audience right now, I'd be saying to you, okay, same 23-year-old, same $5,000. I triple the interest rate. I don't do the math. Don't cheat. Okay, you're all cheating right now. But just give me what you think it's going to be at 95. You see the 20,000 over there? I tripled the interest rate. Give me your best guess. And folks, I don't remember any. I don't think 1% have ever gotten it right. Fact, every time I do this. So let's go. Whatever you guessed, guess what? I say, guess what? Whatever you guessed, I'm going to pay you, but I get to keep the change, just like the banks. Ain't that something? So go ahead, Mac. Boom, shakalaka. $320,000 versus 20. If that doesn't start getting you mad, you didn't triple it, man. You had it home out of the park. And if you don't think it's easy to get 6%, let's go one more example. We're going to go to 8%. Now only 2% higher. Same person, 23, with the same $5,000. Just show that. See that? So let's do the same thing. Now you see I had 320, but I'm only, hang on, Mac. Okay, because I want them to guess. You see, because that's right. You can keep the 23 and the 5 up there. Now, guess what? At 6%, you had 320,000. I only went up 2 points. So take your best shot now. And of course, now you get all brilliant. You go, $1 million or 900,000. It's amazing how sophisticated you get when you guessed it wrong the first time. And I'm right. You know it. Right or right. So watch this one. Let's carry it out, because guess what? I'm going to give you the money, but I get to keep the change. Going out the same time frame. Guess what, folks? Boom, shakalaka. That's 1.2 million, almost $1.3 million. Now, Is that unbelievable? That's called legalized extortion, because if you look at that, you think about your grandparents and grandbabies and your heritage and your legacy when the banks were doing that. And right now, banks are paying 2%, by the way, because the economy has been so strong. It came up. It used to be like a half a point. Now it's up to 2. So that's a real-time example in front of you. They're paying you 20, and they're keeping well more than 1.28 million. You see, so they're keeping 1,260,000 and only giving you 20. Now you understand why your life's like it is, because your grandparents didn't know this? A or B? And when in doubt, pick B. It's the big one, bonita. Okay, it's the only way to go in life. We can show people this all day long and how to apply it, because it's true of mortgages, it's true of investments. It never, math doesn't lie, and math isn't magic. It's simply that. It's just math. Learn to apply this and make money work for you. I don't like working for money. I'd rather have it work for me, wake up every morning and say, how'd we do? Ain't that something? I'll have coffee looking at our returns. It's fun, folks. It beats the heck out of working for a living. So let's go to the next slide there if you can, Mac. Okay, I love that rule of 72. You got to start learning to use that and show it. See, at the work team, what do? We convert your debt into wealth. Okay, no question about it. And it starts there. And I got to tell you, you got to expand your thinking. Okay, remember, the only difference between me and you is the way we think. Because when you see these promotions next week on how we're laying it out, and free gets you a free case, and you're going to skip 3 levels of management. We lay it out in 3 simple step processes and repeat, and realize you can make over $6,000 in 60 days. And after that, by the way, you're at a pinnacle. If you repeat the process again, you're on target for a 6-figure income just on the debt alone. Now you're bringing the insurance people in, and what John and Skylar are working on, and Mac, on integrating that into the software coming sometime soon. Man, listen, expand your thinking now. Build a business now for you and your family and your heritage. This is for you. You're building your companies, and you're moving in a new direction. It's unbelievable. And I want to do a shout-out to Dr. Joan. I read a note she wrote today. I know she's a leader in the company. I've yet to talk to her. I can't wait to. But she said, man, people are calling. I like it because people are calling me back up. People are getting this. You're dang straight. You know why? Because you see, Mr. Washenko and Skylar and Mac, they listened. There's no entry barrier. It's easy to come into this company, and debt's not going away. In fact, if you read the good book, it says the bondage of debt stinks. And here's I'm going to challenge all of you. Hey, how many of you from last week, when you listened to us last week, went and made your bed every day so far? You see, you got to learn to change your habits. You got to get rid of stinking thinking. Okay, we're going to be a coach if you let us. If you let us coach you, we're going to hold you accountable, but show tough love. There's no bull here. This is and the hardest part's getting started. It never gets easy. It's simple. Okay? In fact, you know what I loved about this call? When we first got on the call, we were on with Mac, and he was trying to straighten my butt out about how to do exactly what I didn't do today and help me out. And it was 15 minutes early, and there were 19 people on this call. I know somebody wants to be somebody. I love what Dr. Jones said. She said, man, people are calling up enthusiastic. Brian Daly, he put on his team in Florida here. That guy's got like 25 new people on his team. And Larry Spear, who was just laying low, has like new 10 associates. He did a call tonight, an hour before our call, teaching people exactly what to do and how to do it on his own, doing a PowerPoint presentation. I'm so proud of that guy. I never met that guy. Don't know who he is, but he's doing it. You see, he's getting it. There's people that want to win. There's people that care about what we're doing, how we're doing it. You just got to learn the language, folks. You know, and you got to start now. There is a new platform. There is no entry to barrier. People, if they can't afford it, they can do the subscription. But you see, what we're going to point out by next week, there's no even reason for the subscription, because 3 gets you free. How about that? You know, you just got to learn it. There's a ton of people that need to be exposed to this, and it's how to do that. And it's the art and the business of language. That's all this is. And I promise you that we'll communicate it. Now, I'm going to give you something, too. I hope you have a pen and a paper ready. I asked him if he'd do it. This Brian Daly guy, you're going to hear more about him. He's a strong leader. He does a rise and shine call in the morning that we help him participate with, okay? And that rise and shine call, it's done at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Now, you guys out in the West Coast, you can say, well, dadgum. I mean, that's like 5 in the morning for me. Yeah, wake up and enjoy life. Okay, out in Texas, it's 1 hour. It's like 6:15. Yup, can't help it. That's where he lives. 7:15. That's what he does. I really don't care. In fact, I hate it. He got me back up. He's got me going to bed earlier, getting up earlier. And man, You know, everybody said, I told you once before, last week, I think, they always used to say, Steve, you ever work up grumpy? I go, no, I let her sleep all the time, but she wants to kill me when I say that. So my wife I'm talking about, she's great. Anyway, the point of it is, at 7:15 in the morning, I'm going to give you the Rise and Shine call. What's that all about? It's training. You got to learn to be a leader. You got to learn to self-improve, and it sets the record straight. It makes you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. It reminds you what's important in life. Some of it's training, some of it's analytical, some of it's self-improvement. He mixes it up all the time. We have different talkers on the phone. It's not good. It's great. We're inviting you to partake in that if you want to. And the number to call into, and we'll put it up on the screen next week, okay, but I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to test people. I'm going to see who's on it and who isn't. Okay, this is a test. You see, I'm going to see who the players are. I want to see who's going to show up. All right, and the number is 712-451-0200. I'm going to repeat that. The number is 712-451-0200, and the PIN number to give is 248862#. I'll repeat. The PIN number is 248862#. When you listen to these people and you listen to Brian Daly and you see what they're about, you'll get why that guy's a leader. You'll get why that guy's a six-figure income guy and been for a long time. And it's not about the money. It's about making a difference in people's lives. It's about feeling better. I get energized on that call. I used to hate getting up, and I go, man. And guess what? I do go make the bed now every day, just like the Admiral said. If you listen to Admiral William McRaven, you go listen to that guy talk. It's unbelievable. And if you need anything from me, you can email me at coachyoung@worthunlimited.com. I will get back to you. I promise you, folks, that this company, let me tell you something, okay? We said last week and we told you that there's a new goal. Well, we're going to elevate that goal, okay? Going back to the old numbers that you first used to do, bull, okay? Here's the deal. We're going to affect every insurance company out there. We're going to affect every mortgage company out there, every finance company out there, every property and casualty company out there, because they don't know what they're doing. They're ripping people off and don't know it. Now, I don't look at them as the enemy. I'm looking at it. They're the reason I'm in business. Banks, I love banks now. I don't like what they do, but they're the reason I'm in business. They're the reason we've been in business for 40 years, helping people know the difference between A and B. And remember, when in doubt, pick B, the big one. Okay? But people don't know that until you show them. See, how many of you want to see your results first? Every one of you that paid $49, why, unless you're going out for dinner, why'd you blow it? Go and do your own analysis. Look at your own numbers and freak out a little bit and realize that there's hope, because most people will never, ever get the math and figure out all the algorithms. This is a coaching system. It's brilliant. You'll never do it on your own. You know why I know it? Because listen, see, I understand people because I am one. Okay, and here's the real truth. You see, remember, always tell the truth, and the good Lord's going to take care of you if you do. Here's the bottom line. Life changes so much. It goes from day to day, second to second. Your circumstances do. Your finances do. And because it changes so much, it can become overwhelming. Why not have a system you can just plug into? Why do you use GPS in your phone now to get to A to B? Well, this is no different. This is for your finance. How about, see, and I was kidding, and don't take this personal, everybody, and don't get mad at me. And if you do, ask me if I care, because I don't. See, what other people think of me is none of my business. I learned that a long time ago. So you got to learn that attitude, okay? Because here's the deal. I care how you feel. That makes a difference to me. See, I used to tease people, and up in New Jersey where I came from, I lived there for 28 years, and you see, they had a thing called, DYCF. And I go, what the heck is that? It's Division of Youth and Family Services, so it's DYFS. Okay, that's what it is. Division, and that's when kids were in trouble and the households were in trouble, and they used to come in and sometimes take kids away for abuse. Well, if you're abusing your people financially, we're going to call diapers on you. Maybe we should have your kids removed. Ain't that something? I mean, see, you got to learn to be bold and have fun with it where you have a personality. Now, I know we got to work on some of us on that. You can say anything you want to people if you do it with respect, a little bit of humor, but real truth and passion. When they know that you're passionate about what you believe in, people will open up their hearts for you. Change their mind, change the heart, go help them save a lot of money. Go enlighten them to another world. Folks, I'm jacked up, and that's not a false sense. I'm not a rah-rah guy. I'm just truly about making a difference in the world. When you have something like this and you have the leadership, let me tell you something about these guys too, okay? All week long I've been bugging them, on the weekend even, okay? And I watched what Dr. Joan asked for. And you know, one of the responses that I think Schuyler and John wrote back, hey, we'll do whatever it takes. They have a whatever it takes attitude. I want to be around guys like that. Okay, that's a cool team to be on. That's what you're on. You're our teammate, and I love you for it. Now, we want to make a difference, and unless we see it, we're going to be one bummed-out dude. See, we're here to win, dadgummit, so let me make it real clear. I'm closing in on this, okay? We say take action today and use all the new promos and all that stuff. Guess what? We ought to set, if we're right about what we're saying and you buy into it and you believe it today, this might take 1 year, this might take 3 years, it might take 5, maybe it might take a decade. I promise you this. We'll be the largest financial services company in the United States of America. I was part of that. I listened to Art Williams say, we're going to beat Prudential. I said, this guy's smoking crack. This guy's out of his mind. Guess what? I listened to him for a year or two, and I was part of that crusade. We saw it happen. He sold more insurance than Prudential ever could, and you used to see those commercials with a big rock. Well, he did it. And I'm looking at this program, seeing what the founders did to it, okay, how they improved it, how their heart is in the right place, how they want to win. I'm signing up to be on that wagon, folks. You see, I'm telling you, I don't care how long it takes, and we'll get closer to keep dealing with that with numbers and looking at it when we help out more homes. You see that debt clicker growing of the debt we're paying off? We're going to be the largest financial services company. The insurance companies are going to become running to us. The credit unions will become running to us, you see, because they're going to understand you got to get better deals to these people. We're not going to deal with you. We're going to be the representative of the people. We're going to make a difference where they're going to have to come to us and give them better rates, or they're not going to get the business because we're going to take it away from them. I love those guys. They made a business for you and me. So if you get that point and you get it in your heart and you want to believe it, you hang on and you put everybody next week, put one more person on this call than you are today. Grow by one. Everybody go good and get exposure. You can't screw this up. I promise you that. There's no way you can screw it up. And you can keep going back to people until you learn the right language. I promise you that. Just be willing. Open up your heart. Open up your home. And then we're going to give you methods for that next week. Thanks, everybody. I probably exhausted you. I know I'm yelling. My wife always yells at me, you're yelling in the phone. I just get excited. And by the way, enthusiasm, the Greek meaning to it, means to breathe life into people. And I love that when somebody's pumped up and excited around me. It gets me jacked up. I'm ready to get in the game. I want to win. Anytime I step on that field, I want to win. And you know what? I'm not working every day and practicing every day, not just to play the game. I want to make a difference. I want my teammates to count on me, and I want them to know that I can count on them too. That's how you win, when you play as a team, as one solid unit. That's what Worth is now become and is, and going to manifest itself out to be the #1 financial company in the United States of America. It might take us 10 years, 5 years. It's up to us on this phone. It started right now tonight. How about that? On May 6th. At 9 o'clock at night. Ain't that something? Eastern Standard Time. So, folks, I have to say this. Love it. Okay, I'm excited about it. God's blessings all over us. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I can't wait to see you at the top. That's all I have to say about that. Matt, it's all yours.
Thank you,
Matt,
Steve.
you there?
That was awesome.
Oh, Big John. Okay.
Thank
so
you.
We're all...
That was awesome, man. We really appreciate you. What a great addition you are to the Worth family, the Worth team. We just want to thank you for joining us, and God bless and good luck.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Hey, John. I had my I had my phone on mute. Sorry about that. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on the call. Steve, thank you for the great information. Always an inspiration to listen to you and hear what you have to say, and your love and your excitement for the company. I did want to remind everybody that somebody will be staying on the phone, well, not on the phone, but on the computer to answer questions at the very end here. So if you still have some questions, feel free to type them in. There is somebody standing by to answer those. And then Steve mentioned that there's going to be promos next week, some new promos that are going to be announced. And I just want to reassure everybody on the call that the promos that are going to be announced next week, they'll be good, strong promos, but they will be retro to May 1. So put that in your little notepad. We'll make sure there's a mention of that when it's posted to the back office. But at the end of the day, we want you to know any promos that are announced next week will be retro to May 1. Stay on the call to get your questions answered. We're very excited. We're on a great move. Get out there, get engaged, just talk to people and share your replicated website, share the ebook, share the information. I'm just going to say it 3 times. Share, share, share the information with anyone and everyone that you know, and watch what happens. The system is very clean, operates and does exactly what we said that it would do, just as the product does its job. For everybody here at Worth Unlimited, the executive team, John Lachenko, Skylar Whitman, Steve Young, and myself, from everybody from the guy that empties the trash all the way to the person that answers the phone, we're very grateful to be sitting in the seat that we're sitting in, and we wish everyone great success. Let's get out there and do it big. Let's get out there and do it right. But at the very least, let's get out there and do something right now. This is Max Saunders saying bye-bye for now.